Hello everyone, this is Ep118 and welcome to episode 118 of Modern Skyblock 3. Last episode, we killed the Chaos Dragon, and that was a good time. We enjoyed it, it was fun, but we don't want to do it anymore, because it's a lot of work, and it's a hassle, and it's a pain, and it hurts, and you die, and all these bad things happen. So, what I'd like to do is start duping some Chaos Shards, courtesy of this magic machine that multiplies items for us. However, it requires a huge amount of RF, and we don't quite have a huge amount of RF. We have a pretty good net income of RF, courtesy of all the solar panels we have down here. Now, when I wrapped up last episode, I kind of said something along the lines of, you know, we'll come back next episode and maybe we'll do like environmental tech solar panels, which was cool. That was my plan. And then a lot of people commented, dude, you have this awesome nuclear reactor. Why don't you use that? So why don't we play with that today? So what I've done is reconnected everything with Ultimate Universal Cable. And now that we've got access to Flux networks, I was thinking we could like just, you know, hook that up. And hopefully that'll light everybody up green, though I suspect my corners might be a little bit of a problem in terms of, yeah, I suspected those would be the problem. They're going to be the troublemakers, the corners. No surprises there. Just like when we did this last time, right? So that lights everybody up. They're all going to get a bunch of juice. And then they're going to be all green across the board, which is cool. So to make these corners basically work better, I could either flux point the corners or run some ugly cabling. I don't know. I feel like flux points might be the way to go. And remember, these are flux points that we had gotten in the past, all hooked up. So like we had taken these off my network, so I don't have to reconfigure them, right? And there's no transfer limit on any of them, and they should all be green across the board. Sweet. So that gives me a fully greened out ring, which is cool. Nice. Okay. And then we've got some liquid hydrogen in here, so let's maybe pick you up. And you're coming with me for a minute, Chief. Do that, you, and over here, we might have a pretty full hydrogen tank on account of the fact that, wow, that filled up even super fast. I've got 2 electrolyzers now with 16 speed upgrades in them each. So they're both, you know, cooking along and making all the stuff for us. The one thing I'm going to have to worry about is oxygen over here. I don't think we need oxygen for anything. I wish I could have a tank that could void it. Because oxygen, this is a... Oh, it's a fluid. Ooh. Fluid. I could probably void fluids, right? Yeah. What can I do that can like void excess fluids? Because I have the ultimate tank there now, right? Do we have anything that can void fluids for us? Like, automatically void them? Probably somewhere? Because eventually we just want you to fill, empty both. Okay, yeah, that's not something I need to worry about. I would love it if I could set this thing, like the gas tanks in Mechanism, to say, like, just void excess, right? Because what happens is eventually the oxygen inside these things fills up. Because this thing's oxygen fills up, and then we backstuff the whole system, which is bad, right? So what other tanks do we got here? Because we got the portable, those things, but I don't think this has an auto void either. You know, we probably have a... Yeah, fluid trash can. That'll work, right? So what we can do is something like... I'd probably want you to be filtered for a fluid, though. I think I can do that, right? Because I can put a filter fluid dude in here. Yeah. And then all we need is a bucket of oxygen. Oxygen gas bucket. And we do this, and it's whitelisted. And it matches the MBT, so that should only allow oxygen gas in there now, which should be cool. So what'll happen is, as this fills up, because you guys have produced tons of oxygen that I'm really not using for nuclear craft at all, I don't think, we'll just void excess, right? So this guy will fill and then oxygen avoid. So we'll come check on that in a minute. So I've got a full tank, or two, really, of hydrogen here. So what I should be able to do is pop that dude down there, and he should fill up with hydrogen. Now, because you have a redstone signal on, are you running right now? Also, where do you send power to? Refresh my memory on that. I'm probably going to want to put my flux plug here, boom, and configure you to be no limit to the generator network. Cool. So you're connected to the fusion core, which means you are talking, which is good. I don't know if you're allowed to mix, so we'll just do that, and then we'll see what happens. If not, I wasted a little bit of hydrogen gas, which you get from water, so it's not like, you know, I'm wasting all that much. Okay. Refresh my memory on how this thing works. So I've got hydrogen and hydrogen, which works, right? Hydrogen gas plus hydrogen gas should be making deuterium for me. It's been a little while since I've played with this thing. Was it on the bottom or something? I had to give it a redstone signal. I have to remember how this works, because I played with it a while ago at this point. Now, you know what we might need? I think I remember now. Let's turn you off for a minute, because I don't know if it's necessary. But don't we have to put power into the center, too, to get it going? And we'll see if I'm correct about that, because... Ah, there you go. Sweet. Hey, now we're cooking. Wow. Alright, nice. I wish I knew what temperature we had to get to. I feel like we saw that in a previous series, right? We saw that a little bit. But it looks like we're ramping up power, so that's cool. How fast are we transferring power into this thing? Because I'm sure it's very quick. Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that. Sweet. That is cool. All right, so we're clearly producing some level of power and draining a significant amount. So you are doing a plus 150, and you, sir, I'm guessing the fusion is now, you know, high enough that it's no longer draining anything here. So that's good to see. Okay. Neat. So to be fair, we are getting dangerously low on hydrogen, so we better do that. Give it more. All right. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Let me let this thing heat up a little bit, and then we'll, like, see if I want to play with this. I remember this not being, like, a crazy good amount of power, though there's lots of different types of fuels we can use, and we can have different size fusion reactors, too, so all that plays a factor, I'm sure. All right, so I found that we can turn off the lever down here, or give it a redstone signal in the very center of the bottom of the block, turns it off. However, that does cause it to lose heat. So see how the temperature changes negative 21,000? And now with it back on, it's positive. So there's that. Hey, are we like producing more energy than we can pump out at the moment? Because you're transferring 120,000 RF a tick out, so you should be okay. But you seem to be gaining energy, which is interesting. But your still transfer limit is none. Very cool. Huh. Wait. Yeah. Flux point. Yeah. 225,000 RF a tick. Cool. Now the problem is we're going to run out of hydrogen, like, reasonably soon. Now we have a lot of deuterium, it looks like, right? So we can check for recipes. Is there a double deuterium recipe? There is. So that's another approach we could take. We could snag... One of these guys should have deuterium. There he is. Let's snag that deuterium. Let the deuterium that's inside here fill up. And then what we'll do is once you're empty of hydrogen, we'll throw deuterium in there and we'll see what kind of energy we get out of that. So currently we're hitting around 300,000 RF a tick for power, right? Now with you empty, we're going to throw deuterium in there, and we'll see what happens. So what will happen is the hydrogen gas will all empty out, and then we'll have the double deuterium. For a little bit, it might be deuterium and hydrogen. It'll be this recipe. The trouble is in JEI, I can't really see what, like, how much RF per tick we get from each thing, right? And there's so many different combinations. That's where it really gets tricky. So, but there's tritium and helium-3. Tritium and helium-3 might be cool. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm also not sure if there's a way to specify, like, when pumping gas in, like, lock it to one specific tank, right? So, like, have one tank for this input and have a different tank for this input. If there's a way to do that, prevent input overflow, void leftover fluid, void output overflow. Cool. So our efficiency is going up, which is always nice to see. So the hotter it gets, the more RF it's going to produce, right? So let's void these guys. So it looks like at this point, deuterium and empty. Okay, so in a second, he'll fill up that deuterium tank, and then it'll be deuterium and deuterium, and that'll be a different thing, right? But the temperature is dropping pretty rapidly, so there we go, it's back up and running. Oh wow, the RF per tick from a double deuterium level is not too sharp. What's our temperature? Good temperature change, very fast, high. But in terms of RF per tick, double deuterium ain't too fancy. So I think there's, let's see, there's a fusion fuels page on the wiki. Let's see, deuterium. That's supposed to have a better base. I guess heat variable. I don't know. It's a very confusing math-based mod. If I'm being honest, I have no idea. But it's interesting that the energy RF per tick dropped so rapidly, because we still have the same temperature. My question, I guess, now would be, like, what happens if I throw hydrogen in there? Is it going to go back up to, like, a crazy good number, or how does that work out? Right? So I guess we're going to have to just see. Oh, I don't like the... Cool. So you're producing some kind of gas. So let's do, you're empty. So you should be allowed to go in there, right? Ah, hydrogen gas is being produced, okay. Along with tritium, helium-3, and neutron fluids. Very cool, but very confusing. Now, I don't think I can right-click this guy until this tank's all the way empty. But our temperature's getting up there. Yeah, today's playing with nuclear craft with Direwolf. We're going to have to ramp up our hydrogen production, and what we're going to basically have to do is get it to the point where we're producing more hydrogen than we're using. And then we'll probably just want to void any deuterium that we get, because hydrogen equals deuterium, right? And then we just let this thing run for a while. We'll see how crazy it gets running on just pure hydrogen, because that's the easiest one to go with. It's interesting that deuterium's harder to come by, but we're getting less energy from it, right? Like at this point, we're only getting like 4,000 RF a tick, even at such a high temperature. But maybe as the temperature gets higher, deuterium gets better? I don't know. Like I said, lots of math in this mod, and I am not in a position to really understand it that well. There we go, emptied out. Cool, so I'm gonna throw hydrogen in there and figure out what happens now when we flip back over to hydrogen. Is it gonna be a low number again, or is it gonna start super high because our temperature is still good? I'm hoping it's the latter, in that it starts super high because the temperature is still good. right? And another thing I could do is like void one of these tanks, because I'm curious what hydrogen plus deuterium would do. So deuterium plus hydrogen is the same thing. That's confusing to me. Okay, so it looks like deuterium plus hydrogen should be... Oh, hello. Are we going now? Oh, that's neat. So that we have a good efficiency on. Interesting. And now we're producing 181,000 R per tick. Cool. And then what'll happen is it'll flip off once we run out of deuterium up here, and we'll flip back on. Now what's the output of this? That's all helium-3. Cool. And then we can do helium-3 and hydrogen if we wanted. So I have no idea what that would look like. We can also do helium-3 and deuterium, which would get us hydrogen gas and helium glass. And then liquid. Okay, yeah. See, there's so many different combinations. It's cool. I just have no idea like which ones are the good ones. But that's neat to see that we're already at 212 R per tick. I like that. So I think part of my plan should be to ramp up hydrogen production and just have this thing going hog wild. Oh, that's oxygen gas? How do we get oxygen gas in here? You should be making hydrogen gas. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Yeah, I think that should be our plan. Make hydrogen gas in a sufficient quantity such that we can maintain that fuel usage that we have going on. It might require making a few more of these things, but I think that's reasonably doable, right? Probably. Clearly we don't have nearly enough production going on right now, which is, you know, kind of bad. And I tried Wand of Acceleration and the Watch of Flowing Time on these things, and it's funny. Check this out. When I activate the Watch of Flowing Time, watch what happens to this thing. It like just doesn't run at all. So I don't think it likes tick accelerators, which is fine. Not a problem there, right? All right, so clear the deuterium tank out. Get hydrogen back in there, which should come from... Hey, where's my tank? I'm just curious how much power this produces now. Oh, wow. 4 million RF a tick? Is that what we're producing? Nice! Alright, so once you get this thing heated up, and to be fair, the temperature is really quite low still, but once you get it to a ridiculous temperature, it can produce ridiculous amounts of power. You just have to get it there and maintain the temperature. So that's interesting. So what's going to happen now is, because we ran out of gas, it's going to start losing temperature, and that'll be bad. You know. But still, reasonably cool. Okay. So how can I automate you? Ultimately, we're looking to just get large amounts of hydrogen gas, right? Now, just to be clear, we have this hydrogen gas. Do we have liquid hydrogen hanging out somewhere? We just have regular hydrogen. Didn't I have liquid hydrogen going on somewhere, or no? I know I had some at some point. Because we could get liquid hydrogen from condensating, which I thought we had one of those around here somewhere. Rotary condensator. So fill up this basic gas tank with gaseous hydrogen, right? I want to see, by chance, what it would look like. Like, what's faster, nuclear craft hydrogen production or mechanism, right? Because I could absolutely see that being a good thing. So liquid hydrogen, Like, that's pretty good, dudes. Upgrades. Do you not have sidedness output? Now that's with 8 speed upgrades, which is cool, right? That was quick. I guess you don't have sidedness output. Do we have any more pipes? We're gonna need some steel. But in the meantime, we'll just have to... Goodness, where do I get, you know, stuff out of here from? You, liquid ethylene. Can I put you there? Ah, that works. Okay, I just need to not let you connect. It's just that that's the side, right? That does the liquid hydrogen. I thought. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Oh, no. I'm not wrong. I'm kind of wrong. Let's take you away, just because I don't even know what you're for anymore. Yeah, there you go. So then I can do that, and that'll connect, right? And that'll keep that thing running. So, I mean, to be fair, I feel like Mechanism is probably faster than Nuclear Craft's hydrogen generation. So maybe we'll want to go that route. Does that sound reasonable to you guys? Because it does to me, right? I just want to validate that I can now take you. Hey, I said this. And do that. And if I do that, let's just see. In theory, this should work, right? And if it does, then we're cool. Right? Our temperature's still dropping, but that's whatever. Yeah. And we're still at like a million RF a tick because this is or dictionaried, so it's hydrogen gas or liquid hydrogen for Mechanism. It's the exact same thing. Good. All right. Let's come back in a minute. All right, so here's my thoughts, right? I got a sink, because y'all love it when I use sinks, right? Like, that's what's up. Electrolytic separator. Hopefully I can specify the auto input sides. I don't think I can. Electrolytic separator. Why you do this to me? Why? Why you not let me have a sidedness? That's all right. I'll forgive you, electrolytic separator. Right? So if I do that, and we want to make more basic mechanical pipes so that we can upgrade you to advanced. And maybe even upgrade you to reinforced. I don't know if I need that or not, but we'll make a few of these because why not? You know what I mean? All right, there we go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect you such that you're pipe and water into the electrolytic separator. Sweet. And then we need Mechanism upgrades. Oh, do we not have any? I thought you knew how to do this. Steel dust. Oh, that's loud. Thank you. Thank you for quieting down. Goodness, that's loud. Let's put away some of this. I got so much junk in my inventory. I really need like just a filler up. Okay, so that should be cool. And Mechanism speed upgrades. Does that sound cool? We're gonna want some of you. What do we need? More glass? Killing me. Killing me not having enough glass on hand. It's alright, it's my fault. Alright, and then I'm going to put away my item ducts so I can get more alloys. I thought I had requested enough of you. Okay, so let's get you muffle upgraded. Why'd you stop? Oh, power. Duh. Yay, muffling. And speed upgraded. And then what I'm going to need you to do is dump excess. In theory. So there's oxygen, there's hydrogen, right? So you can dump excess. Yes, that's what we want. Dump excess oxygen. Don't worry about hydrogen, right? Then let's make sure that we connect the correct rotary. So I don't think, but we'll see what happens. Would you? You got the oxygen side of things. Rough. Not exactly what I wanted. Let's put this back. And let's get you, you might need to be here. Let's get you muffled up and sped up. And ultimate universal cabled up. Technically I don't need this because I can just do that, right? And everybody's happy? Cool. And then speed upgrades. Because what I want to do is void this into a tank, basically. Thank you. So is there no chance that you're just going to be super kind and output this to the correct side for me? So you know what I might do? Can I put you here and have you get hydrogen? Hey, hydrogen. Yes, that's what I want. Okay, cool. So, ultimate universal cable, go. Right, so you've got hydrogen. Don't be troublesome now. I know you say liquid oxygen there, but hold on. I don't know how to avoid those, so I'm just doing this. Boom. And now we should get hydrogen. Oh, I should get my upgrades out of there. Let's get those out. Hey, Mr. Rotary Condensator, could you do me a favor and give me those upgrades back? That would be super. Thanks. Now go away and potentially be voided because I'm so annoyed at you for not being voidable. You, speed upgrade. Right, so you should be hydrogen to you. I'm gonna move this guy back. And we'll see if this needs to be any faster, but hopefully it's sufficient. Because, I mean, it produces liquid hydrogen at a pretty good pace at this point, right? So what I'm going to do now is get an ender tank, if I may. I don't think we're using the color white for anything. Hey, I got a quest for it, so that's a good sign. So does that mean I can do that? Will you auto output to that guy? That would be like so nice of you if you just did that, but you don't want to. I see that. I see that now. So can I do this? No. You have to go here? You do. Okay. Learning today how this thing works. Sweet. Okay. So now you're filling up with hydrogen. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is break you and set you to fill up with hydrogen. Hey, what's up? We're producing RF. Yay! So a lot of our temperature was lost during that breakdown period, but that's okay. And then we just need another fluid trash can with a bucket of deuterium and a filter that. So now deuterium should drain into that. And we'll know that because this deuterium is disappearing, even though we have an empty deuterium tank over here. Or a full deuterium tank over here. Sweet. So in theory, I'm also going to void that so that our liquid hydrogen can fill up. In theory now, with this setup, we're producing more hydrogen than we're using. Right? That looks good to me. Alright, so with that, we just let this thing build up his internal temperatures and we should be cool. I wonder, like, do I want to play with this? I mean, our temp's climbing a lot quicker now. Doesn't that seem like it's faster? Oh yeah, that was having an impact for sure. It definitely was. Yeah, that's absolutely having an impact. But we can see here, we can validate that without the watch on, we're producing more hydrogen than we're using. Because we have an empty, well, we don't even have an empty. You're just not extracting as fast. That's awesome. That's super awesome. So with a 3% efficiency, we're sitting around 1.5 million RF a tick, which all should be getting pumped into here. So 2 million RF a tick, which is cool because when we go to do something like this over here now, we shouldn't even break a sweat, right? We should be able to just do this and put away a million things that we don't need right at this instant. Like, look at all this junk in my inventory that I can state categorically I don't need to be holding right now, right? I can put away almost everything. Now, I don't know if they have to be 4 different ones, but we'll find out here. Nope, it's active. So it can be any 4 circuits. They don't have to be similar or dissimilar. And you're going to dupe. And that's pretty spifferino. And I can even help you out a little bit. Boom. How cool is that? And then to make this go a little bit quicker, right, we just throw some dirt in there. And boom. And now we've got circuits being produced, right? So what I should do in theory, is have a servo. I want the Endurium one. Oh. There we go. And I think I taught you Endurium. I did. So we do this with item ducts. And maybe you'll be cool enough. Yay! And you won't go into this slot, please. Yay! That works, right? So then we can do this. And you'll dupe. Oh, you know what I probably need is more. Boom, and we get our 4 chaos shards, and we can do this, and what'll happen is, now it'll dupe. Nice. All right, I'm gonna call that a wrapping up point for the episode, because that is a lot of power for a pretty not too hard setup, right? Not too hard at all, right? And I don't know why this is, but we are having trouble transferring the power fast enough. So can I maybe, just maybe, get a flux plug on here? Maybe a second flux plug would help me out, just for the purposes of extracting this last, because like you're set to unlimited, right? So you're transferring as much power as you can get, but this thing's still building up its internal buffer of power, which is worrying to me. So if I popped you on there and said generators network with no energy worries, would you drain that? No. Interesting. Oh, because you basically stopped doing that. Okay, cool. Not exactly what I was going for, but interesting. Interesting that we're having like a slow gain of internal buffer. I'm wondering if there's going to be a point where this thing caps out. I guess we'll find out next episode. For now, though, it's my signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. You know the deal. Take it easy.